So you are the one who sent that letter to late Queen? You slowly shifted your eyes on her as you were lost in admiring the beauty of the castle. You noticed everyone looking at you while waiting for your answer. You smiled nervously and nodded. Yes, I sent that. Mrs. Chung smiled slightly and nodded. May I know why did you decide to leave her a message? You gripped the pant around your knees a bit tightly and looked at her. Actually, I admired her a lot. She became my idol from the time I first met her. Is that why you wrote that your wish is to become a queen? You chuckled embarrassingly. That was just a wish. She smiled. But have you ever thought what if that wish of yours come true? You looked at her puzzled. She smiled. Do you know why you are invited here? Maybe because you wanted to know about the letter. I'm sorry if I did a mistake. It's just I never thought it would actually deliver to the palace. Your fate brought you here. You have chosen to be the next queen. She said, smiling while you were looking at her as if you're watching a movie. She knew what you are thinking right now. She smiled and got up. You'll get to know about everything from now on. You're going to be trained to fit in royals. You have to learn everything that a future queen should have. And we'll start with basic manners. She left from there while you got up, but before you could say anything, a group of people surrounded you. What is happening? You are chosen to be the next queen, and soon you'll get married to the king. We are here to take care of you and teach you everything. You looked at them shocked. Marrying the king? Me? I mean, what is happening? You'll get to know everything. Please come with us for now. They walk you with them. How many times I have told you I need no discussion on this topic. I can handle everything alone. There's no need of a queen. End of topic. But this kingdom needs its queen. People needs and it was your parents' wish. He turned back and looked at her. She got up. Your parents left your responsibility on me. Your mother, the queen of this palace, took a promise from me that I'll make you marry a girl who should be a kind and loving as queen should. And I'll definitely find that girl for you. And do you think it would work? There is no woman in this world who can be as great as my mother. She walked near him. And what if I found her? Let's see. And he walked away from there while she crossed her arms around her chest. I believe she will change everything once she'll find her real self. You got lost after looking yourself in the mirror. Right from your hair, makeup to the way you dressed. Everything changed and now you are looking so elegant like some princess. Is the me for real? The lady came near you and smiled. Now it's the time for you to learn how to walk properly. You looked at her confused. Walk? What the hell is this? Why did you put these books on top of my head? A queen or anyone in the royals never use such language. And it's better if you correct it soon. I'm sorry, but why these books? Why do I need to learn how to walk when I can? That's what make a royal different from the outside world. They need to learn a lot of manners and everything that makes them unique and better. You're going to be the queen and for that, you need to watch your every move. Now walk slowly while trying to balance the books. This was a lot harder than you thought. Idealizing someone seems easy, and we always wonder how perfect they are, but never see the struggle behind it. Every day you have to learn new things. It was hard, but there was a little determination inside you. You started to enjoy all this. It's like you were born for this. You were still not allowed to meet the king, nor you were allowed to come in his way. Mrs. Jung wanted you to become a perfect royal and learn everything that a queen should so that Jungkook would never be able to get a reason to deny for marriage. She is his aunt and raised him from the time his parents left the world. She tried her best but couldn't remove that loneliness from his heart after his parents' death. The reason why you brought up here and are now training to become a queen who will soon going to marry the king because it was all decided in the past. You were actually a princess but also very unfortunate one. Before seeing your parents who gave birth to you, you lost them. You were raised by the housemaid who was like a mother to you, but she also left this world when you turned 18. Now you are 23 and live by yourself. You were only 5 when you saw Jungkook's mother. She was in your memory since then, but maybe it was the fate. She was someone close to your mother. She decided to get you married with her son when both of you grew up, but unfortunately, she left the world before fulfilling it. She told her sister, Mrs. Jung, about you, and she said she wants Jungkook to get married to you. That's why after so many years, they took you here when they thought now is that time. You were just exploring the castle when you saw the giant piano. You always loved playing piano and singing. There was no one, so you decided to play it. You traced your fingers on it as it was so beautiful and fascinated. You sat down and played a tune. Soon you started to sing it. Jungkook was going towards his room when he heard the melody. He stopped hearing the song. This was the same song her mom used to sing. He made his way towards the place this sound was coming from. His steps was fast and heart racing. After years, this song was again played, and he wants to know who that person is because no one can sing it better than his mother. You suddenly stopped singing as you felt sadness. You knew it was your mother's song. The housemaid who raised you told you about this, but she made sure that you never know who you actually are. It was a promise from your mother just for your safety. You got up and walked away from there. Jungkook was taking long steps towards the piano room. He wanted to see that person, but when the song stopped suddenly, he fastened his speed. You were coming from other side because you know it's not good for you to walk in the castle without permission. So you were coming downstairs, but suddenly bumped into someone and was about to fall, but the person caught you by your waist. You closed your eyes tightly. You opened your eyes slowly, and your heart skipped a beat when you saw the man who caught you. You lost in his brown eyes. You never thought there can be someone this handsome exist in this world. Jungkook frowned when he looked at you. He never saw you here, so you are not the maid even. And the way you dressed up making you look like a princess, but then who you are. He slowly stood straight as he removed his hand and looked at you frowning. Who are you and what are you doing in this palace? His voice was cold and scary that made you nervous. You slightly scratched your neck and looked around. I'm talking to you. You slowly looked at him. Who are you? He took a step closer to you while you shook your head and ran away from there. I'm sorry. Jungkook inhaled and straight went towards his aunt's room. You came in your room and quickly closed the door while panting. After making your breath steady, you walked towards your bed and grabbed your head. I messed up. Calm down, Ryan, calm down. It's not a big deal. You're going to be his wife, so what's the problem? Gosh, she's so handsome but scary too. What happened, son? Why did you call me here? She said walking, but when she noticed his expression, she got an idea that something might happen. Who's that girl? Girl, where did you saw her? He cut her words. Answer what I'm asking. She's the girl your mother want to marry you. His expression changed as he walked near her. Why don't you understand, Aunt? I've told you earlier that I don't believe in all this and I will never marry. Nothing in this palace could be done without my permission. Send her back from before I take any action. She looked at him. I have this right with me, Jungkook. If you don't want, then let it. But you need to change. A loner who doesn't have feelings can never rule properly. My sister and brother-in-law were so kind and loving. Don't know how you turn out like this. She left from there, leaving him standing. I can't do this. Can't I simply wear my shoes? You guys should appreciate comfort over elegance. Mr. Song sighed. It's been a week since you are trying to walk in these heels, but no progress. Suddenly, everyone went silent as Jungkook came there. You stumbled, but Mr. Song held you. Your Majesty. Everyone bowed and stood hanging their heads low. Thanks. He left your hand and stood at a distance. Jungkook walked inside and signed everyone to leave. You just saw them leaving at a speed of light. You bit your lower lip and looked down, squeezing your eyes tightly. Jungkook walked near you. He walked and stood in front of you. You thought he would be mad at you for yesterday's behavior. If you are here to complain about yesterday's behavior, then I'm so sorry in advance. You waited for his reply, but he didn't say anything. So you slowly lift up your head, still closing one eye. He was looking at you with his cold face. You got nervous when he came closer to you. Do you know why you are here? You got a bit confused but then slowly nodded. Yes. So you know what you're signing up for, huh? From where you think you can take a queen's place? You looked at him unsatisfied. You have heard how heartless he is, but you never thought it's true until you yourself saw him. I'm not here to take queen's place because every woman is a queen, with or without crown. We all have different things to offer. Some spread love, kindness, while some rule their kingdom. So you believe that you can rule? You looked to the other side before speaking. How would I know without trying? He noticed the necklace in your neck. He wears the same but never make it visible. He looked at you again. You really like to become a queen, right? Let's see what you can do when given a chance. He left from there leaving you confused. You took a step to walk but stumbled before because of heels. These stupid heels. You took them off and was about to throw but then sighed. I shouldn't be aggressive. Take a deep breath, Vian. Calm yourself. He said, inhaling deeply. You were standing in front of Jungkook looking him like a dream. You still couldn't believe you were going to become the queen for real. It was surprising for everyone to hear that Jungkook got agreed to marry, but they all were happy too. Jungkook's face was still expressionless. You took the vows and the wedding completed. Jungkook held out his hand as you nervously accepted, and both of you now have to address the crowd. They were excited to see their new queen. You stumbled a little, but Jungkook caught you. You were so happy to experience this new life, where everyone seems to love their queen on the very first meeting. Jungkook was quite surprised to see this side of you. His mom used to say that she will find a girl who will resemble her, and you are exactly how she wished the next queen to be. He came to know about you from his aunt, Mrs. Jung. You looked at him and smiled while he seems to lost. You suddenly started to feel nervous, a point where you don't know what will happen to you from here. You are finally a queen. It seems fascinating when you think about it, but the responsibilities you get along with it are not easy. You were afraid to see Jungkook now. It's not that fear, it's just you like him a lot and now you are his wife. It happened so suddenly that you had no idea if he thinks the same for you or not. Guards opened the door when Jungkook came. He entered inside the room, making your heart beat fast. He didn't say anything and just walked to the bed before laying down. You were standing there, not knowing what to do. Few minutes passed when Jungkook opened his eyes slowly and saw you still standing there. After marriage ceremony, you changed into traditional dress. He stared at you for some time before speaking. Are you going to stand there all night? You quickly turned and looked at him. He sighed and closed his eyes again. You bit your lower lip and walked to the other side of the bed, but not sure if you're doing it right, but you laid down on the other side. You thought he'll freak out, but nothing like that happened. It was so hard for you to sleep knowing you are laying down beside the king. You slowly turned towards his side, and now that he was sound sleeping, you got the chance to carefully admire his face. A smile appeared on your face to see how angelic he looks while sleeping. I hope you are not how people describes you. There's something that they can't see. This loneliness is inside you. Maybe someone who went through the same tragedy can feel that. You sat down and pulled a blanket over him before laying down. You closed your eyes and eventually fell asleep. Jungkook slowly opened his eyes. He couldn't believe he is feeling something for you. The way you talk, and most importantly, you felt the loneliness which is inside him, made him feel something for you. It was your first royal dinner, and sitting next to the king, who is your own husband now, is such an honor. Mrs. Jung was so happy to finally be able to fulfill her deceased sister's wish. Why are you not eating, dear? Don't you like the food? You looked at her. It's not like that. Jungkook finished and got up as you saw him. I'll leave. He walked away while you kept looking in his direction. He may have some work. You start eating. He forced a slight smile and nodded. After a long time, you came in this area again. You have nothing to do, so you decided to play this piano. You sat on the chair and closed your eyes before your finger touched the keys. You started playing the same song while singing it beautifully. You always wondered how your mother used to sound like when she sang this. You never heard that, but what your nanny told you, you can actually imagine your mother while singing it. Jungkook came in the hall while he was panting slightly. His heart skipped a beat when he saw you singing that. For once, he felt like his mom was there, sitting and singing that song. He lost control over himself and his feet brought him to you. When the song finished, you slowly opened your eyes and flinched slightly to see Jungkook standing there. You slowly got up. I was just trying to. You thought he didn't like that you touched the piano without his permission because everyone is prohibited to enter in this area. Where did you learn this song? You looked him confused. He came near you, making you nervous. How do you know this song? My mom wrote this and it was her song. He gulped. The queen smiled and looked at her son, who was looking at her intently. Do you like this song, John? I love it. This is so beautiful. You sang it so well, Mom. She chuckled and made him sit on her lap. This song is so special. My best friend wrote and composed it in the honor when I got married to your dad. Really? She must be so talented, right? She chuckled and nodded. Yes, and you know what I'm thinking? She said, looking at him, who was looking at her curiously. I'm planning to get you married to her daughter. Jungkook's cheeks turned red while Mrs. John laughed a little. Are you blushing, my little prince? She has a daughter? Not yet, but she's going to come in this world any soon. Next month we're going to visit them when she come in this world, okay? Jungkook smiled and nodded. That day never came. No one knows how your parents ended up dying mysteriously. That nanny saved you and ran far away. Now he understood why you have that necklace in your neck. It's Jungkook's mother who gave it to you so that in future when you cross your ways you'll be able to find each other. I'm so sorry that I came here. I won't do that again. No, it's fine. You can come here whenever you want. It's your I mean, you're the queen now, so you have right on everything. You looked at him surprised and confused as what happened to him suddenly. If you say so, but can I know why you suddenly you paused when he looked at you? I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? He slowly looked at him. I thought you got angry. He chuckled lightly but immediately shut his mouth after realizing you looked at him shocked. Did you just laugh? He straightened his face. Continue what you were doing. I'll leave. He walked away while you followed him. Hey, wait, you can't escape from my question. He made his steps quicker while you ran after him.